Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Today we are diving into the Meghan Markle story. Yeah, I am somewhat obsessed with what is going on here with Meghan and Harry. I follow a couple commentators, and the general gist of it is this is the end. If you're not following it, I'll give you a quick little update. Harry has been away from home for a couple weeks traveling, sort of cosplaying at being a working royal. And there's just been a lot of talk about the fakery going on. Apparently, this Zoom call he had with Meghan and his children before he did a big talk on stage was fake. That's one of the things being said. And allegedly, of course, because this particular video is totally for entertainment purposes only. So all of this is allegedly. We do have facts. We have facts that he's traveling. And Meghan has been quite quiet for the last little while, which is not like her. She tends to respond to things. So, whenever another royal, Kate Middleton, will, there's a video of her or a message of her or something that she's doing, then she tends to jump out into the forefront and try to match that level of publicity and fame, I guess. So we're seeing that if you really watch the pattern of behavior, which most people who have grown up with a narcissist can do, you start to very quickly see a lot of her stuff is just in response to something that William and Kate they're doing. So there was something that came out, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, that Kate had met with a 16-year-old girl who's a photographer, and she has cancer. And so I think this girl, it was like a Make-A-Wish sort of thing where she had wanted to photograph some royal event. I don't have all the details. So she was invited to, I think it was some sort of ceremony, and she was invited to take photos of the ceremony as, her sort of Make-A-Wish thing. And she did not know that she would be meeting William and Kate at this event. So all these photographs came out. I think it was a lovely surprise, regardless of what we think about any of these people. I think it was a really lovely thing for them to do. She's 16 years old and her parents don't know if she's, going to survive this. I understand this girl has quit school to just pursue her dream of photography, which is how this all kind of unfolded. So kudos to Kate and William for doing that, for making that moment happen for her, because I'm sure that is something that is to be cherished. Of course, then within moments of that going public, we have Meghan, who's been silent for the last few weeks. The Hollywood Reporter article came out that was absolutely scathing. Staff members have come out talking about her behavior as an employer. Again, absolutely scathing. Everybody's talking about how this is the absolute unraveling of Meghan Markle, and that Harry is staying away from home. Like, that's allegedly, we don't know for sure, but it does kind of look like he's staying away because he's actually extended his trip and is not coming back on schedule. And he's got secret meetings and all sorts of things. So there's all kinds of things going on. And then, of course, after a couple weeks of silence from Montecito, there was an event on Saturday or Sunday, and it was a fundraiser for a children's charity. And there's all kinds of photos of Meghan on the red carpet wearing this red dress. And the issue is not her body. She has a beautiful body. She's a beautiful girl, and she's got a great little figure. The issue is not her body. So this is not about body shaming Meghan Markle at all. The dress is a Carolina Herrera dress. Carolina is my style icon. I love her. She's gorgeous. And if I could just dress like her every single day, I'd be so happy. Here's to the girls with the short blonde hair. Absolutely. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with the dress either. This is a beautiful, beautiful dress. The issue is that this beautiful dress was put on the wrong beautiful body, and it wasn't tailored to fit her properly. She did wear the dress before, a few years ago, and she was plumper. She had some baby weight. I think she looked fantastic. And then wearing it now that she's lost a lot of weight, obviously she's working out. I mean, if I had shoulders like that, I would be showing them off all the time. But this dress now just doesn't work for her. And there was a lot of talk about that. More importantly, the talk was just about her behavior at this event. So I think that she had no intention of going. Like, maybe she didn't know about it, maybe she wasn't invited, and then she caught wind of it late in the day that day, because anybody else going to an event like this would have, had their hair done and their makeup done and wardrobe and everything tailored, and seamstresses there like sewing you into your dress at the last moment, those sorts of things. But she showed up in this ill-fitting red dress. She maybe should have used a gym sock in the breasticle area, because she isn't filling it, and that's not a problem if you don't fill it, but then have it tailored to fit you, right? Like, the issue is nothing to do with her body or the dress. It's the combination of the two not working. So her makeup was dreadful, and her hair looked like she just sort of climbed out of the pool. Everybody's like, oh my God, beachy waves. No, her hair looked dreadful. And there's some photos that I've seen of this event, and I'm like, it doesn't even look like her. It's really bizarre when I look at the photos. So my suspicion is that at the last minute, she caught wind that this event was going on and that somebody she knew would be there. So she quickly jumped up, grabbed the first thing out of the closet, threw some makeup on her face, maybe ran a brush through her hair after perhaps sitting by the pool and, being in the sunshine all day, and then bolted out the door, which is why it just all was a hot mess. But the question is, why? Why would she do that? And a lot of suspicion is that she was just there for the pictures, because if you look at it, she's so uncomfortable. And I think the discomfort is coming from the idea that she isn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like, she spent a lot of time on that red carpet when if she had a ticket, she would have just gone inside, got herself a glass of champagne, chatted with people. And speaking of inside, there's no photos of her inside this event. And apparently she left through a side exit after the red carpet because she didn't have a ticket, so she couldn't come in. She just showed up to rub elbows, maybe look for her next husband, and just get some paparazzi photos in what she would obviously believe was a very sexy dress, maybe to get some attention on her because she hasn't had any positive attention for a few weeks. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. So I thought, wouldn't it be neat if we explored this through tarot and see what the energies are around Meghan right now? Is this the end? Is Harry coming back? Is he ever coming back? I think he wants to go back to his old life, personally. I think he's got a taste of what it would be like to be a working royal. And I think he wants to go back to his own life, though he's got some hoops to jump through you know what, let's be honest, they're not hoops, they're rings of fire, to get there, because he's going to have to get through his brother. And as we know, if we've all watched The Crown, you know that the sibling of the crown can't do anything without the crown's permission. So that would definitely be, I think William would have a lot to say at this point. It is interesting that Samantha Markle has been doing a number of interviews. And when we go back and look at the things that she was saying a few years ago, I don't think she was so wrong. I think that finally, the royal family and Samantha Markle were all on the same page, and everybody else was just so caught up in the fairy tale. I was up at 5 a.m. watching the wedding. Absolutely. Of course. Who wouldn't? Well, I guess there's people who don't, but I was, because I didn't want to miss it. I wanted to see it firsthand, live, playing out in front of me. And it was a gorgeous wedding. I loved it. It was just absolute perfection in its simplicity, but at the same time, all the grandeur that goes with it. It was just really nice. It was like a regular, normal wedding times a million, but there was nothing really outlandish. It's just that when you get married to a prince, you kind of get married in a big way. There's a lot of things going on. So anyway, that I think everybody's starting to see that the things that were being said may be true, and that maybe the people who Meghan says are against her weren't exactly wrong. And so we'll see. It's a fun little adventure to watch play out. It has no bearing on any of our lives, but here we are talking about it because it's, to be honest, it's easier than talking about the leader of the government in Canada. But we're going to talk about that later in a whole other video, so keep an eye out for that one as well, especially if you're Canadian. Whoopsie, what just fell out here? Oh, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. There we go. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So we're just going to tap into some energy. I know that was a long preamble, but I just wanted to make sure anybody who might have stumbled upon this, who hasn't caught up to everything, is caught up. And I will actually timestamp it so that in case you are caught up, you can just jump straight to the reading. Here we go. Okay. So we're just going to, there we go. Oh my gosh, the cards are like on fire. They are jumping today. Okie dokie. First card. Oh, we have the King of Wands in reverse. For this reading, I'm actually going to read reversals because I think it will be fun to see. I don't, in my regular readings, where like if I'm with a client, we don't read reversals simply because we know the energy and what the problem is. So I don't need to kind of keep them reversed to remember what the reversal meaning is. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And the Four of Wands. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Our King of Wands. One of the things I wondered is if Meghan is actually kind of in a bit of a mental health crisis, and this would kind of be indicating that. So upright, this would be about being in control of your actions and your, being the master of your life and what you do and how you live. But I'm starting to see that because I believe this is an unraveling, that she's starting to do very unpredictable things, like this red dress scenario on the red carpet at this event that she wasn't invited to, and just kind of crashed the red carpet. So I would say definitely this is indicating an unraveling. I'm going to look up the timing of this card just to see if there's anything coming up that we may keep an eye out for. No, but it's a Sagittarius season might be a spicy one for Meghan if that's the case. And this is about like our King of Wands is somebody who knows what they want and they go for it. And if we look at everything that Meghan and Harry have done over the last few years, it's nothing. They've launched things without products. They've got websites and nothing going on. Like, it's just a whole lot of smoke and mirrors, really. I remember years ago there was this Kim Mitchell song, and I can't remember what it's called, but the line was something about a lot of feathers and not much chicken. And that's what this is. It's a lot of feathers and not a lot of chicken going on with them. It's about leadership and success. We're not seeing that here in the Sussex world, are we? It's about being energetic and optimistic and confidence. She's not. You can see it on her face. Just that she's so uncomfortable. And it's also, our King of Wands is very magnetic. And Meghan has basically been rejected by LA and Hollywood and everybody who, all those people back you know, when it was this big dramatic fairy tale story of the prince escaping the horrible life with his bride, um, the people that were standing by her, they're not so much anymore. I think she's been abandoned by a lot of people. And this, you know, this person, our upright, our King of Wands is a fair, benevolent leader. That's not Meghan from what we're hearing. So yeah, I would say we're definitely looking at an unraveling. Our Eight of Cups. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Big message here. Eight of Cups. I'm just going to look up the timing of that. No, that's into, I think that if there's going to be a separation or a divorce announcement, it's going to come in February. So we'll earmark that one and see what happens. I think that right now, because the heat is on, there's not going to be any announcements. Harry's not going to come home in a week or wherever and be like, yep, that's it, we're getting divorced. I thought about it, we're done. They're going to sort of try to quiet things down a bit, get people not talking about them in this negative way anymore, or at least calm it down a bit, and then they'll move forward with this. I think this is about Harry having emotionally checked out of this marriage. I mean, look, there's something like on paper, it looks really good, right? But it's like beautiful full cups. And then she's walking away. She's got, you know, she's got her broom, she's got her stuff, she's got her cat, she's out. And this is definitely about emotional blockages, but also about walking away from emotional situations, cutting cords, cutting losses, leaving. So if they have not split up already, I think it's coming. And February is the date. The end of February would be when there might be an announcement. So let's see. Allegedly, because this is all for entertainment purposes. And then, of course, our Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Let me just look at, I love looking up the timings of cards just because it's amazing how accurate they are. And so our Four of Wands connects to the middle of April. So if they split up in February and he moves back and becomes a royal again, probably April, or maybe the beginning of that. And I mean, if you look at it, it's like being welcomed home, celebrations, welcoming him home. And I think that's perhaps the energy that he is hoping will be waiting for him when he returns to the UK, to resume his life as a working royal, and or at least just as a royal. Maybe his brother will be kind enough to just let him exist. I mean, that there's a lot of work to be done to fix all of those relationships. And I think that Harry he's been kind of brainwashed, and I do wonder if he's being blackmailed as well. And that could be something that's going on. But I think what he's hoping is that after this tour, he's going to, you know, get his life sorted out, get out of this marriage. I mean, who knows what will happen with these children? I don't know. That's a whole other story. And then, you know, he will be believing that he's returning to the UK triumphant, that he will have a hero's welcome. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. I want to know a little bit more about our Eight of Cups, the world. This is definitely coming to completion. This is the end of a life cycle. It's coming to completion. You know, he will be starting a new journey. They both will. I don't know what the journey looks like for Meghan because, you know, she doesn't seem to be very well liked. She doesn't really seem to have a lot of skills. She doesn't seem to have a lot of talent. And one of the things I've been hearing coming out of their camp is that they just have ideas, but they don't know how to actually do anything or make anything move forward. And so they start things and then never finish them. And they're constantly changing their minds about what they want to do, which is why nothing is happening. And, you know, as we know, the key to success is to commit to something and see it through. And they're not doing that. So I don't know what her future will look like, but certainly I know what he wants his future to look like. And this is letting us know that these two are completion cards. This is done. This is so done. So done. So what is going to happen? Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Let me just see. I'm just pulling up the timings for this card. March 1st to the 10th. Interesting. So this is all kind of happening within a few months of each other. I think that what he wants is to that triumphant return, that people will think he's accomplished so much, that they're so proud of him, that he can be proud of himself. I don't think that's the case, but I definitely think that's the energy that he believes he's moving into and will be receiving when he makes his hero's return to the United Kingdom, if his brother lets him. And then we're going to pull one more card just to see what else is happening. If he's going to get his life back, he needs to dig deep. He needs to, get into his willpower. Something that he's going to have to do is stand up to the narcissist. That's exactly what will be required in order to get out of this. And we know that when people leave relationships like that, the moment they're trying to leave is actually the most dangerous moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. She's already unraveling, so that just might be her absolute ultimate undoing. But if he wants to get this, he needs to dig deep into himself and, his willpower and his inner strength. This is also about overcoming addiction. And I sort of get the impression that they're quite addicted to the fame that they have at the moment. They say, there's no such thing as bad press, but they're getting a lot of it right now. And they just did their tour somewhere, Colombia, Nigeria, somewhere like that. And then now he's on this tour, but like, who are they? Like, what are they? What are they? They're not like statesmen. They're not royals. They don't run charity. Like, what do they do? They're on a fame tour. So, in order for him to resume the life that he has and probably is wishing he could have back, he's going to have to dig deep and be very brave and be very courageous and deal with the mess he created and left behind and deal with all of the things. He's going to have to probably go on an apology tour with his family, because all this earlier this year, everything about Kate, where's Kate? Where's Kate? Where's Kate? Well, where do you think that was coming from? And then as soon as Meghan's been quiet for a couple of weeks, it's obvious someone on her team was putting out, where's Meghan posts? So yeah, I don't know this woman. I don't like her or dislike her. I just know what I see. That's all. And it's all alleged for entertainment purposes only. But this is about getting over bitterness. This is about fixing things. This is about going through hard times, but becoming better for them. And, a little humbling always goes a long way. That's for sure. But there's a gentleness to it as well. So, it's always, be strong, dig deep, but also go easy on yourself. So there's definitely a lot to talk about here. And, he with his family, like he probably has to do a lot of fixing in order to return home. And we're just going to pull one more just out of nosiness sake. The Two of Wands. So he's definitely got some choices ahead of him of what he wants to do with his life. And we'll pull up the timing for that one because I know I keep saying it, but yeah, March 21st to the 30th, all of these cards. Let's look to the next spring. Starting in February, we're probably going to see some big changes in the H&M front. I thank you for joining me here today. My name is Avril, and if we're old friends, I thank you for joining me again. If we're new friends, welcome to my world. I am so excited to get to know you. Please make sure to click the subscribe button so you never miss a thing, and the notification button. Click all the hearts, give me a thumbs up, do it all. Every little bit helps me grow my channel. If you have some thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments. I do reply to everybody, and I love our conversations, that's for sure. So again, don't forget to check out the description below for all of my links and my email so you can reach out easily. You can book a session with me, or, if you just want to chitty chat, let's do that too, because I am here to support you every step of the way. I really look forward to embarking on this transformative journey with you. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have a magical day.